In previous video, we have talked about a very simple, simple view home. Well, in this video, let's see how the URLs work and can we have a separate URL or not. Here you have seen all the applications, like the files of the application, like blog. So there are many files, and in the main project we have a urls.py file. So we have the URLs here, URL of that home. Let's separate this because, for example, if you have a website or a web page or something like a very big app or project, like there are thousands of applications in that project or in that Django web app. So how you can manage all those? So to manage these things, we have the URL separately because it will work a lot. Let's have here a file named urls.py file. So this is very simple. So all the URLs related to this application will be here in this file, not here. Because once we have all the things here in this URL, then we can have this connected here as well. So here we have this line. Okay, I want to cut this and I want to have it here. Okay, I don't need to mention the block because we are here already in the same directory. So from this directory views, import home. So the views also is in this directory. So import home. So we have this home view. Let's see what other things we can have. So we can have it here, the path. Well, we should have something like URL patterns is here as well. Like URL pattern, path. I want to clean this. Well, this is not needed and I want to have the home. And one more thing I should add it here, that's name. Name will be home. Just keep in mind this thing because it saves us from hard coding. Well, for now it may not be very helpful, but it will help us a lot later on when our project gets bigger or we have something like big templates or all the things related to that very a lot. But here let's copy something else as here path. We have to copy this path as well here. So the path is important for us. Well, we have imported the path from django.urls and we have the view from this views and we have URL pattern and everything is same. But now it doesn't work. You know why? Because this project does not understand or does not recognize this. We have to include it here. There is another method, include method, and let's include that here. So I want to have the path and in this I want to use the include method or include function. So I just tell that blog .urls. Okay, so I say there that in this directory or in the root directory when you visit, so you have to read all the things related to this app. Which app? This blog app. So I have included all the URLs here, the blog URLs. So it's very simple. Now let's run this and see. So the server is okay, URLs, no module named URLs. Okay, which line? Now it works. Okay, now I want to run it here. Hello world. Let's change this view. Okay, now we are out of this project because this project has everything related to this blog. This project has the URL, this project has the setting, everything separately. We have to work only on this app, which is blog app. So because the blog apps app, we have the URLs, we have the views, everything. Let's check either it works. This is another thing. Well, a very rubbish sentence. When I refresh, see the sentence is completed here. Okay, it is very simple, not too much complex and too much confusing. One thing we have learned here as this name as a sign which save us from hard coding later on when we talk about this. So the name is hope, the name of this path. Let's have one other thing, app name. App name will be like anything. I want to keep this name blog, and I'll talk about this as well later when we reach how we use this, how it helps us a lot in our project and our templates when we talk about. So for now it's easy and simple. Okay, let's have one other view here. So it is HTTP response, but let's have another response like JSON response. Well, JSON is a dictionary, like we use most of the time for APIs. Now let's have it one other view like API. We pause the request and let's return the JSON. And how does it look? How will it take the content, or how it will work? So we have the JSON response. In the JSON here will be a dictionary. In the dictionary there will be one key, and key will be hello world. Very, very simple. So we have a view here, and let's include this view in our URL. Okay, I want to copy this URL again, and I'll tell that API. Whenever I reach to this API, so here will be API and the name. Okay, I want to have it here as well. API, very, very simple. So let's see either it works or not. Let's have this API. I don't think it works. Okay, it has not found anything. You know why? Because we do not have any slash here. Here a slash. So before refreshing, it got the value. So here as the value as JSON, we can have the raw data as well as the headers. Well, we only need this JSON. Well, this JSON is very helpful, but not now. When we talk about the APIs, the serializer and the database, when we take all the data from the database, so it will work. Now think it here like we have two URLs. One is where root and the other is API. For example, let's have something here as here block. Will it work? It throws error. Again it throws an error. You know why? Because we have to mention first the block, then API or home or anything. See, it is in root, but when we have after the block as API, it will take this. You know why? Because the root will take the some value, some pre-default value here. Either we have the block or we have something like the app name. Any app, we just have it here. Well, here also mentioned it already have some instructions here. The Django will have some instruction. So you have to follow this as well. The instruction, whatever I have written, I have followed every instruction it mentioned. So this is very, very simple. I want to remove this because it doesn't work now, or I do not need it now. Later on when I need, I will add that. But for example, you have some apps like news project. You have a website or a web page like talking about the news, and beside that or with that app you have along with news, you just want to have like a payment system, for example, something like selling or purchasing the things. So you have the thing here and you just mention in the URL like purchasing or like selling something or anything, like you have the app. That's why it works. It will be helpful for us. So for now we have learned the JSON response. JSON response is not very, very important for now, but later on you will learn And secondly, we have separated all the urls, all the url of each app. For example, we have some other apps, thousands of apps, so each app's url will be separated, and the management or the understanding of the urls will be easy for us, and we can add it, or we can, like, for maintenance it will be easy for us. And this thing is very important, app name, and this is the name of that specific route. So this is very, very easy. And the next video we will talk about the views and something like template in the views. Like we have seen here in this view, the render method here, it is already from the Django shortcuts, well, the render method, and how we use this and how the template works. So in the next video we will talk about this.